Hi, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Tuesday Talks. Today, I want to talk about when it's not yours, dealing with projection in business and life. So, I mean, when you project on others and when others project on you. That's what I'm talking about. The moment that when someone drops their fears, their scarcity, their pace, or their pressure right onto you and you feel it, it's like a weight that isn't yours. And it happens more than we actually realize. And sometimes we're the ones doing it. Yep, I've done it. And I even did it recently. It's tough. So, this episode is about learning how to recognize when energy isn't yours, how to hold your ground without burning bridges, and how to stop projection onto others, even when you're trying to help. Yes, this one's might be a bit tough for some people. As I said, I did this recently and I took a step back and went, you know what? I knew the energy wasn't right. I shouldn't have even said, I want to give you some advice. Or is it okay if I give you advice? Because I always ask. That was me. That was my fault. And I own it. I now own all of that stuff. So, how do you know when someone is projecting on you? There is an energetic dissonance. You feel off immediately. For me, my chest tightens, my body shrinks, and my clarity can fog up. The question that they ask feels like it doesn't belong. So if they ask you a question and you feel it doesn't belong, then it's theirs, not yours. And the more that you work with yourself, the more you learn to trust yourself, the more that you will know what is yours and what isn't. There could be a tone mismatch. So they speak from an urgency while you're in calm. They might ask, what did you do today to make money? Like if you're a business person, when you're actually in deep rest or integration. That happened recently. Someone did that to me. And for me, I had a beautiful day. And I was able to, you know, go into that and be honest. And that person still projected onto me. And it was okay. It might derail your rhythm. So you start questioning yourself or defending your choices even though 5 minutes before you were completely clear. That happens. And as I said, the more that you're aware of yourself and the more that you trust and have confidence in yourself, it is easier to stand up for yourself with calm. So, how do you respond when it's happening? Name the shift in energy, not the person. You might say, hey, I notice we're in different energies right now. I'm in a rest space today. I'm in an integration today. And recenter in your truth. You don't have to justify your rest. You can say, today is a non-business day for me. I trust my timing. When you recenter in yourself and you come from a space of love, you are not pushing back in a way that's aggressive or anything like that or justifying. It is just a powerful awareness for them to go, oh, because when people are projecting on you, a lot of the time they need awareness. Other times they know what they're doing. Some people know what they're doing. And so standing confident and calm and pushing back gently, because you do want to push back, it's okay. And know when to exit a call or a conversation. It's actually not your job to stay and manage their projection. It's okay to say, let's pick this up another time. Or let's have a conversation another time. It's okay to say that because you don't need their protection. Now, how do you know when you're projecting on someone else? You're trying to fix, advise, or question them without invitation. That's the thing. It's the invitation. You may feel triggered by their choices, especially if they're resting or doing things differently than you. And that can be the big thing. That can be something that, We might be looking at somebody and they're doing something totally different to us, and we're like, but that's wrong. Why are they doing that? No, that's your projection. That's your judgment. That is your awareness that you need. And you lead with assumptions or advice instead of curiosity or consent. So before you give anyone advice, pause and ask, am I responding to their energy or my own discomfort? You can even ask aloud, would you like my thoughts on that? Or would you rather I just hold space? Because sometimes all they need is just that space. Because that can be the biggest, most amazing thing that you can give somebody. So how do we stop this projection both ways? I've talked about a few things. Let's talk about some more. To stop receiving projection, set clear energetic boundaries. Trust your rhythm enough to hold it, even when someone else doesn't get it. Practice saying, that's not mine, silently or even aloud. Because as I said, awareness. And do a quick inner, so just, I apologize, I'm going too quickly. To stop projecting onto others, do a quick inner scan before you speak, asking, what state am I in? And ask permission before offering advice or feedback. Make space for others to lead in their own way, even if it's different from yours, because it's their life, their business, not yours. You live your life and you let others live their own. Even if you don't like it, that's up to you. If you do this more and more and more, if you project onto others more and more and more, you can end up losing friends. And that is sad, especially if you know they're amazing friends. Learn to listen to your own energy. Learn to understand how not to project onto others. Thank you so much for watching and listening. That's been today's episode on When It's Not Yours, dealing with projection in life and business.